Hello everybody, it's Jeanette Vilda. This is a journal that I put together for my design team, Luise Heinzl, using her parrot, macaw, her parrot kit. I can't say one of the parrot words. Makes me sound like a every time I try, so it's the parrot kit. And oh gosh, did I have fun making this book. I got to try out a bunch of different stuff that I wanted to do, and it was so much fun with the pictures. I loved the colors. And the images are so bright and happy that I decided to go with a pretty simple cover. It's fabric covered. It didn't go down quite as flat as I would have liked, but I think it looks really, really nice. Some wonderful little flowers from Fabrica de Cru, and just a little plate. When I do fabric, I don't like the corners, and I get afraid that they'll come apart. So I always put these metal things. I'm sure they have a word, and we're just going to call them these metal things. To protect the corners, it just helps to give them a little reinforcement so that when it gets bumped, it doesn't rip the fabric. Otherwise, a very simple cover, not much to it. Like I said, the inside is so bright and happy and fun that I wanted to keep the cover pretty simple. So let's go. It's a chipboard constructed using, I always use book tape. And let's go inside. So gorgeous, gorgeous colors. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I am a big fan of red, so this kit really appealed to me. There are a lot of gorgeous, gorgeous design papers that are all these wonderful birds, parrots, macaws, and the other word that I can't say, starts with a B. Let's call them birds. But really gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I did not do anything to any of these pages. I couldn't. They were so gorgeous. So the other side, you'll see I either stitched it together with some craft paper or scrapbooking paper, or I did some stenciling. So I found some stencils that I thought went pretty nice. So it kind of has a fern kind of feel to it. And that's where how I made the major pages. The rest of the pages there's some book pages. This one's either Kool-Aid or egg dye from Angelica. So once again, Angelica, I'm using them like crazy. So thank you again for the papers. The other thing is I haven't done a whole lot of constructing with book pages, and I have so many book pages. I use the pages with the images on them for pages within my books, but I haven't really made a lot of ephemera pieces with them. And I don't know, I thought this kit, the images just went so pretty with the book paper. So there's quite a bit of ephemera pieces made with book paper. So for instance, this one. These strips here are in the kit. They make nice little, as you can see, pockets. You could put it in the middle, make a belly band, or here, I just used it to decorate this little pocket. There's tons of journal cards with gorgeous, gorgeous birds. And then it opens up and just made a little pad of paper. One of the amazing tags. And I believe this is just a piece of one of the pages. I think I like to use everything. And I accidentally, when I was printing, I printed the ephemera pieces on the wrong paper. So I used them quite a bit to decorate. So here, this is the correct paper, just because it has a little extra weight to it. And this was way too thin to make a journal card that would last. So I used it to fussy cut, to decorate. It turned out really nice. So I'm glad that I had the print issue. So never throw things away. You can always use them. Really awesome journal cards in this kit too. Like I said, I loved it, loved it, loved it. Gave me a chance to once again use my new sewing machine without my mommy sitting there helping me, telling me what to do. And I think I did it. It's mostly straight. I'm amazed. I'm impressed with myself. It's mostly straight. Not always, but, you know, mostly. So again, gorgeous, gorgeous. And like I said, I backed it either with some scrapbook paper. I think it really is just scrapbook paper I had in my stash, so I couldn't tell you any line. It's totally random from my stash. And then stitched them together to make nice little pockets. And for instance, in this pocket is just a book page. Backed it with some paper, so there's some journaling spots. A little bit of the scrapbook paper. This is offcut from using it, you know, to make the pages. And again, since I had all those, it kind of goes that way. Since I had all of those extra printouts that I had made, it made really great little decorations for all the different pieces. I can get it back in there. And then here's another paper outpost. She has like this whole thing of use up your book pages. And so I sat and watched, and that's what I did. I used up my book pages. So for instance, this one is a flip up there. It's just some page for journaling, flip up there, journaling, and a flip up there with some journaling. So, and again, I stitched, and look at that. My gosh, of course, that's a little mess down there, but it's straight. I'm so impressed with myself. Journaling card, and again, those pieces of the paper. And this is a page again from Angelica. Isn't that gorgeous? It went so perfect with this kit. So thank you again. Some old DDR children's books pages. I just like the lizards, the birds. It went so cool. Some vintage ledger paper. And this is pages from a really old, again, no, actually this is 18 something or other, children's music book. And so these are either lyrics, or some of them there were poems, and some were just facts about different things. And then there was the music. And this just happened to be I think this is the opening page to the book, or a new section. So the other side was nice and plain with just this little medallion in the middle. So just did some decorating, some collaging. I just love the little ferns on it. Oh my, that's actually in English. Didn't even notice that. Oh, that's in French. I'm so used to all my books being in German that I can't read them at all. A greeting of peace. Well, isn't that perfect? Actually, that's the other side of the, see, German. All my books are in German. So again, some stenciling for the other side of this page just to make it a little pretty. And here's another flip up. And here, this is a vintage tea card, Tuckfield's Tea, Australian birds, and perfect. Had this in my stash, so I thought, tuck that in there. Another one of the tags and journaling space. This is in the kit as well, these little medallions, and what I did was, again, like I said, I had the extra printout, so I just popped that up a bit. And another journaling card. Oop, if I can get it back in there. It's always difficult to go the opposite way. And tucked in here is, in the kit, there's these wonderful pages out of a book. This is The Great White Cockatoo. That's one I can actually say. And I'm guessing this is out of an old vintage book about birds, so it just talks about the birdies. There's a nice little set of those pages in the kit. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And there's two of these. I think the other one's somewhere else in the book. And again, just backed it to give it a little extra oomph for a tuck spot for another one of these great flashcards about birds. Some more stenciling, go a little faster. So another, this one I'm a little upset about. It looks perfectly fine, and maybe if I don't point it out, nobody will notice, but I have some really cheap threads that I got at like Aldi, and yeah, they keep breaking, and so it made it all the way around this little sucker, and it did not tell me that the bobbin wasn't actually ejecting any thread whatsoever. So as soon as I stuck it in there, got it all nicely glued, it just peeled right off. So let's just pretend that I punched it to make it look really cool. I mean, and I couldn't get this, tried to get this last bit of thread out, but I'm afraid I'll rip it, so don't pay attention to that. And again, some little collaging, one of these cute little tags. I love these little tags because they fit right into these, any little extra pockets you got. And another journal card. And again, some of the scrapbook paper that I had. This is 1900s staff paper. And some more book pages. And again, kind of looked out, messing up my printing and gave me a whole bunch of paper to work with, or images to work with. And this is it's actually, I have a book, it's vintage, well, this is from, what is this, 1925, I think, 1923, somewhere around there. It's actually from a newspaper, and they just bound it up into a book. And so I've got a bunch of the newspapers, and what was the name of it? Die Gartenlaube. And that was just perfect, these wonderful birdies. Pretty birdies. And I always want these kinds of papers, I like to just reinforce the spine here, because this is real fragile. I mean, it's very thin and old. So just reinforce that fold there with a little bit of washi tape, and that works perfectly. It won't rip, at least not there. It won't rip. It just gives it a little more stability. Another one of the medallions. Card on a book page with a cute little duck. I think that's a duck. It's a bird. I'm not a bird person, so we'll just call it a bird. I didn't do anything. It's just so pretty. I wax effusive. I don't know what it was. I saw she gave out the kit. I was like, oh, gimme, gimme, gimme. And again, another paper outpost, little pocket. And looky, my new sewing machine does leaves. Sorry, I get amused by small things, and that just really amused me. Some birdies, tag, and another tag. I have, say, not just birds, but it's all kinds of animals book that I got from a flea market. And then I have a bunch of paper that I got in a little pad of paper at one of the art stores here, and it's just a whole bunch of like either handmade papers or these wonderful embossed papers. And it just went, I've been hoarding this. I think I've had this pad of paper for like 5 years, and it just went so pretty with this that I could no longer hoard it. It was finally a thing that really it's like I always say, is this worthy of this paper? My husband goes nuts because that's what I always say. It's like, I don't want to use it. I'm not sure that this is worthy. And so this was worthy. There's a whole bunch of books here that you can get with, it's a book of wrapping paper. And so this was one of the wrapping paper from one of the wrapping paper books. Well said. Another pocket. And here's just a tag with a couple pockets for some more of the tags. And another, this is it's in the kit just like this. Really great for pockets. Again, belly band for a couple of journal cards. Some more stenciling. I had fun with stenciling. And again, another paper outpost. Use up your paper. And these, I accidentally, again, these are actually much larger on the page, but I apparently printed them out not only really small, but backwards. So the birdie actually points the other direction, but I accidentally printed them all inverted. So now he's pointing that way, but it worked perfectly. So yeah, when you're trying to do several things at once, you end up kind of screwing things up. So I had, these are also technically tea cards. It's a zoo set, so a whole bunch of animals from zoos. And I just had this whole little set of parrots. from a zoo. So put in this great little flip, flip, flip. And some more scrapbook paper. And once upon a time, a friend of mine gave me a whole bunch of these great parrot postcards. And I mean, they've been sitting in my stash for like ever. And finally, I got to use my parrot postcards. Where are these from? Parrot Jungle, Miami's foremost attraction. Well, there you go. That paper again, and here's the other little spool thing. What? I just really Englishes. I'm truly Englishing today. It's about as good as my adulting today as well. So some more journal cards, and let me take these out. And here's another one of those pages from that pad of paper with the embossed paper. Just gorgeous. I love this one. I don't know why, they just look snotty. We turn our nose up at whatever it is you are saying. So, and here is another one of those wonderful pages. This is the Rose Hill Parakeet, Hunchback of Notre Parrots. Some really great vintage. There, vintage music paper. Another old 1875, I think, book. Had some really great birdie images. And here's another of the embossed papers. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's kind of dark, but it's all really embossed. And then these great little pockets are in the kit. And I just stacked those up to make some pockets for journal card and one of the tags. One of the pages from the annual book. Collaging. I made just use that embossed paper punched out. Let's see, another pocket, another paper. The Ledbetter's Cockatoo. And I guess there's some dude out there, Ledbetter, who found that cockatoo, so wouldn't mind a birdie named after me. More scrapbook paper, gorgeous paper. And again, this is from that children's music book. Some of the images are kind of creepy, but I did like this bird. He's okay. Owl, not a parrot, but he's bird, so he gets a shot at the book. Another paper made from Angelica. Used quite a bit of those in here. Some more collaging. Oh, and this is another page from the Gartenlaube book. So like I said, the parrot is actually much larger. Like I said, don't go off to do one project and then come back and not reset the settings on your printer, because you'll end up with tiny and backwards. But this is how he really looks, and it just, it's actually a full piece here, like a band, and I just fussy cut him out. So make a nice little tuck spot for one of the, this is actually an envelope. Let me show you the card, and then it's actually an envelope, but I just cut off the sides and stenciled the inside for a nice little journal spot. I love it. Let's see, another tag. That embossed paper is just amazing. In real life, it's even more gorgeous. And just put some paper on the back for journaling. And again, on here's another. This one, yeah, not too bad actually. I sort of kind of almost kept it on the page even. So I'm getting there. I'm learning. Couple of tags and journal cards. Isn't that cute? I love it. Other side of that paper, a little more collaging. And then one of the pockets and some tags. Feet. Maybe I should have covered that up, but who knows? Cute feet. And the last pretty page. And I haven't put anything on the front or back covers. Just, again, it's so gorgeous that I just kind of like the simplicity. So I hope you enjoyed that. This was a joy to make. I really loved making this. The colors just so appeal to me. So definitely go take a look at her kit. Again, the parrot, macaw, cockatoo, and the birds. So there you go. I said it, right? Anyways, go take a look. And thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.